Hi everybody, thanks for watching this video, and thank you to all of you that liked and shared and subscribed to Checkpoint as a result of our last video. I'm blown away by the love that we've had. Honestly, we really appreciate it, and thank you. And as a result, I thought what would be quite nice is to just quickly follow up on, in the next couple of weeks, follow up on some of the issues that I brought up, or some of the kind of the features rather than issues that we have in the brand and in the magazine. So today we're going to focus on the home learning materials that we create for children, which are all available on the website. You can get all of that through Checkpoint. They're all linked through the magazine as well, and we are looking at kids submissions. Obviously we need to safeguard children, so we need parent or guardian permissions in order to showcase the work of the children. So I'm just going to run you through how you can submit your child's work to us, and what we then do with the information that we have, so that you don't have to worry too much about kind of general data protection regulations, which we adhere to, just to be clear, but we don't want to keep, or we don't keep, your information. But I just thought it'd be quite nice over the next coming weeks to talk about the different elements. So this week we're going to be talking about the home learning packs. As I mentioned in the last video, the home learning packs are for children to do on their own, with little or no help from parents. They're aimed at anybody that is able to read, really. So we're looking at kind of ages 7 to 11 is our target kind of core group for these home learning packs, and they're nice little things that you can be doing on the weekend, or just give your something to do, especially again if we go into lockdown. These are quite nice to help supplement their playing. So a lot of parents are worried about screen time, and what we're trying to encourage parents to understand is that actually screen time isn't a bad thing if there's a structure around what it is that they are playing and what they're learning. And we hope that the home learning materials allow you to do that. All of our learning materials have been written by a teacher, used to be head of English, formerly was leading literacy in schools and everywhere else. So the lesson plans are done properly. So that's the home learning plans are done properly. So, but the home learning stuff isn't assessed. So it's just there as a kind of experiment for children to mess around with and play. So without further ado, what I'm going to quickly do is I'm just going to run through the magazine and show you the home learning page. So as you can probably see here, the home learning page is on the Checkpoint learning stuff, and that Checkpoint learning stuff is aimed at teachers and at home. So all you need to do is click on that home learning button. That home learning button then takes you to the website, which we can go to here, and the home learning materials are then available and listed for you to look at on the website. So here you have, at the moment, this is what our current situation is. The next packs will be going up in the next couple of weeks, so keep an eye on that. And just to run you through it, this is the image, so this just shows you what it is that the home learning pack's about. The title of the home learning pack, and that's what you will find. Those will be kind of HLP 002, for example, would be on the sheet, and that's what the document link is. It tells you which issue of the kids magazine this is related to. So obviously this is all about home learning, so all of the issues that are related to the kids magazines, and it tells you the file size. Now I just want to run through the process. I'm doing this on the browser. You can do it from your mobile phone or from your tablet device. I would suggest that you actually do it on a browser, because what we're going to do now is that we're going to download this file, and it's a zip file. There aren't many devices, mobile or tablet devices, that are able to then unzip and then you'll be able to use them. Plus it's a lot easier for you to print stuff directly from a computer if you have a printer, or you can set them up as PDFs and fill them in on the computer without having to print them. But let's say, for example, that we're looking at Home Learning Pack 2. Home Learning Pack 2 is associated with the last issue that we did. So issue 5, which was all about sport, instructions and rules. So what you do is you click on the relevant Home Learning Pack. The Home Learning Pack will then bring up a window and ask you where you want to put it. Let's create a folder here called Checkpoint Learning Materials. Create that. Pop that in there, and then we save the file. Once the file is saved, obviously you can then bring it up and just give it a second for it to continue its zipness. That should be fine. You double click to unzip it, if it works, which it should do. And then what happens is it creates a folder. Now, this is the important bit. The folder sets up a PDF. This is a PDF booklet, right? So, and then the worksheets as separate sheets to go with the booklet. So we've put all of the materials that you need, whether it's the home learning or the teacher learning. So if you're a teacher and you want the teacher learning, everything will be zipped up in that file. So if we open up the PDF, for example, here now, and have a look at it, it will show you, there's the booklet. Look, so this is our home learning guide to lesson pack 002. If we click through here, it's a bit text heavy at the moment. We are actually amending that as we speak, so it's a lot more accessible for children to read. But this gives you a quick introduction of what it is that we're doing, which issue it's a part of. It gives you ideas for research, so you can then go off and do your research about the games that you wanted to kind of look at, or the games that we've mentioned. Like I say, you don't need to have played any of these games. You don't even need to be a gamer. This is just something that we are doing. And then, so once you've done your research, once you've been given almost like a recipe for children, then you start planning it. We ask you to start thinking about the things that you've just researched and how you can apply them to what it is that we're asking. In this case, we're looking at rules, and we're looking at creating rules for home. So if you've made up a game, how do you make the rules up, and how are they accepted, and what do the other players have to, and can you change the rules on the fly? So they're really lovely little exercises for kids to do. We then ask them to plan. So we ask them to think about previous games that they've played, and we ask them to how, if there had been any issues, how is it resolved, and we try to get them to think about these things so they can start thinking about the rules for the game that they're making, or whatever it is that they're doing. And then we ask them to create something. Now, we don't ask them to just go create something for the sake of creating something, and this is where the worksheets come in, and the worksheets support all of this stuff. So when we ask them to go create, the idea is that then they take these worksheets, and this one here, for example, this is where you write down your rules for a game that you're playing. So we've got worksheet 2, and that helps you then focus in on the rules, which I'll show you in a second. And then there's another worksheet then that you can have, that you can then fill out the consequences, the pros and cons of these rules, which is quite cool. Once you've done that, then all we want you to do is share the materials with us if you want to. We will then put them up for the kids to see in the next issue of the magazine, and on the website. We are actually creating a back-end system now. I mean, there's already a kids section on the website, but we will be having a kids gallery for all of the work that they've sent to us, which is going to be quite exciting. So that's the kind of the home learning plan, if you like. And then if you open up the worksheets, you can see here we've got the rules, some rules that we're expected to follow, and it just shows you some of the rules. So, and it's asking you to write some of the rules and unwritten rules. So these are all little things that we ask them to do. And then we've got this worksheet here as well, which which we then ask them to fill out. So we asked them about the game, and this has all been supported by the home learning pack. So that PDF booklet that you would have downloaded and read through is all leading to this worksheet, so they can fill it out, and we would love to see the rules they've created. Once the kids have then completed that, then we would love, like I said, I mean, this is the thing. This is a kids magazine for kids by kids, so we encourage them to send as much information through as we can. If you go down to kids permission forms, and just for reference, in the next issue of the kids magazine, this form will be actually inbuilt into the magazine, and you'll be able to interact with it, so you don't need to visit the website if you don't want to. You can do it all from within the magazine, so that will be from the next issue. And what you do is you fill out the permission slip. So if you want your child to be submitting any work to us, obviously we have to safeguard, and we have to make sure that we've got permissions, and we don't want to be sharing any of the information or any of the stuff that you send without your permission slip. So please, 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 if you are going to share, this is really the only way that you can do it. You have to go through the website, and we need that permission slip. What we need is your child's name. So if we go child and then 1, and then choose the age of your child. This is important for us to know. This is why there's a star next to it. We need to know how old your child is, because we will then split the content based on the age group, which is important. Write your name in here. Here I am. And then, do your email here, which is great. Obviously, your email is there. And then what we do is you then choose from this box. You can choose more than one. So you can have, I consent to my child's work, written, audio and visual to be featured in the magazine. So yes, I would quite like that for that to happen. I consent to my child's voice being, so if they've done an interview, for example, so there are things there. Or you can even select this, I consent to the use of my child's content, but I do not consent to the name being used, so that we will put the stuff in there as anonymous. So even if your child wants to see their work in the magazine, then they can do that. Once you've chosen the relevant boxes, you can have all of them or none of them. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if you chose all of them and that one was there, because then we'd be a bit confused. You can then select a piece of content to add. So let's say, for example, we grab, I don't know, something that we can... So let's, yeah, this is quite nice. This is our checkpoint thing. So we open that up. So you can have up to 3 files here and up to 10 megabytes. So you shouldn't need more than that. If you do, email us, kids@checkpointmagazine.com, and we will facilitate another way for you to send your work in. You shouldn't need more than that. I mean, that screenshot in itself is not even a megabyte big. Once you've done all the stuff, you click submit, and you will get a notification that basically says, well done, thank you very much for your form. We'll review this and respond should any questions arise. Otherwise, you'll see work in the upcoming magazine. Now, to be perfectly clear, what happens here, once this happens, we get an email notification. The email notification will have all the information that you've filled out, as well as a link to the attachments that you've given us. We will have your email address, and once we've cleared with you that that's all good and that everything's fine, that permission slip will be kept and filed away for our own protection and safety. But that information, that email then will be deleted. And we do not have affiliations with third parties. We do not sell marketing information. We don't even ask you to register on the site, because we don't want your data. We don't want to have your data. I'm a big believer in your digital footprint being your own footprint. In fact, we're doing a whole issue on the next main magazine on that. So rest assured that your data is absolutely and utterly safe, and all of the email correspondence will be deleted, and we will then keep just a copy of the permission slip just for our own safety and for our own proof. And that's it, really. That's how you submit your work. We will then take the work, put it in the next issue of the magazine, and hopefully your children will love it. I think that's it. Next week we'll look at the teacher learning packs, and we hope that these kinds of things will help children find a new lease of life for learning through a subject matter that they absolutely adore and they can relate to, which is video games. So thank you very much again for your time. Really appreciate it. Again, can't wait to share what we're doing in the next couple of weeks. I'm really quite excited. But thank you all for your help and your support. And I hope this helps, and I hope it gives you a little bit more of an idea of what we're trying to do with the magazine.